Hey guys, so in this tutorial, I'm going to go over this passcode functionality. A lot of students have this where they have something locked behind a door, something locked behind an animation, and they need to input a specific numerical code to unlock that animation, right? So this specific tutorial will go over that, selecting certain numbers, and this can work with letters as well to unlock an animation. So first, I'll kind of show how this works. Okay, so this is my door. Actually, I'm gonna hide this passcode real quick because I have it triggered to show when I get closer to the door. I also do have another tutorial how to trigger UIs. So pretend this is the door. I enter into the collider. The passcode shows up. I can't go in the door any other way, pressing every button. It's okay. So I need to input a specific code here. I think my code is, for the simulator, it's T. So I think my code is 1, 4, 6, 7. And there we go. It opens. And then I can walk through. Cool. So this can trigger any animation, not just a door, right? And I'm going to kind of go over how to do that using just this same passcode, okay? So I'm just going to delete this door animation, delete this passcode manager. Yeah, okay. So in Maya, right, you'll have your animation, whatever that is. I have a door here, and remember, wherever the pivot point is, specifically for any animation, should be at the 0, 0 point of the grid, and logically where, it should be oriented on the actual object. So my simple animation, just like this, right? So for animations, I'm just going to call this door and test. Okay. And I'm going to export selection. Make sure animation is selected. Smoothing groups, smooth mesh, preserved asset contents. The animation is from 1 to 30. And make sure it's set to meters. And put it directly into my meshes here. So I don't have a meshes folder because this is just my tutorial test scene, okay? But you will have a much cleaner Unity scene, okay? Hopefully. So this is what I just imported. Remember, generate light map UVs, apply, materials, none, apply. And then in animation, we want to create 2 clips. One for idle, which is going to start 1 to 1. And next is open, capital O, which is 1 to 30, the duration of the animation. See, there we go. And hit apply. Awesome. Make sure, okay. And now I'm just going to bring this into the scene. Here we go. Right. That's fine. Okay, and now we need to create an animation controller. So we go to create, animation controller, door, anim01. Into that, I want to now go into my door animation that I just imported, idle first, and then open, and then create a transition from idle to open. And next, in the parameters option here, we want to add a trigger. And this trigger will be called capital O, very important, open. Okay. And under this arrow from idle to open, we want to turn off has exit time. And the condition is open. Perfect. There we go. Right. And that's it pretty much for this. Okay. Back in the scene, in the on the actual mesh here, we want to go back to our animations, and drag and drop the animator here, okay? Next, you're gonna get a script called Passcode Manager, right? This is how the functionality works, the setup works. There are actually also instructions here as well. Thank you, Claude. You want to create an empty game object, call this Passcode Manager, and drag and drop the manager script there, okay? So right now under passcode, your sequence is here, right? And right now it's default to 4 with any, random sequence of numbers. I'm just going to keep it to 1, 2, 3, 4. You can add more if you want. It could be 5, 8, 9, 0. But this is pretty much the sequence of numbers here. It could also be letters as well. The target animation here will be the mesh that has the animator controller. And for me, it's the door anim test 1. And the success trigger is the name of the trigger in the animator controller, which is open, capital O. Okay. From there, okay, so my correct sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I created this very simple UI here. By this point, if you watch my other tutorials, you will know how to create your own UI with buttons and a panel and everything. So because my passcode manager is 1, 2, 3, 4, those are the buttons that I want to go to. So I'm going to go to 1 here, and under button on click event, I'm going to hit open, right? And I'm going to drag and drop the passcode manager and add the function of passcode manager and set this to register press. Okay, register press. And under register press, you have to actually input what button it is. So this is 1. And now I'm going to go to 2, same thing. Passcode manager, register press, 2. Drag and drop the passcode manager. All right, register press, 3 and 4. Passcode manager, 4. Okay, perfect. So I have it under 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and of course for buttons you can change the highlight, press, selected, everything, right? So let's just say 1 is, whenever I hit the right button, it goes green. Selected, green, and the press color, let's say it'll be red, highlighted will be darker. 3, of course, this will have to make sense for your own level. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Selected. There we go. Okay. And that is pretty much it. And you can also add optional audio sources to this. Once you press the clip, success or fail clip, right? I'm just going to hit play now. Here we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. Very nice. And I'm walking through, right? Awesome. Okay. The passcode manager script and the locomotion script will be bundled together in our shared Google Drive, so look out for that. All right.